And I sense his apprehension about us even doing this story. So that's scary.
So I saw the film yesterday.
Okay.
And I was thinking about how this is a very specific moment in history that nowadays a lot of people don't remember that it happened. And especially with what's going on currently in the world, it made me wonder, like, how do you manage not the pressure, but like the responsibility of telling this story, to an audience that might not be familiar with it?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned about now in the current geopolitical climate, but what I keep saying is it never went away. It's been going on since 48. It's been going on, you could say, for thousands of years. And it's a shame that it takes an escalation and a really traumatic tragedy to bring it back to the forefront again. But our story is specifically about how the media covered it and how it forever changed how we consume and how we are told news stories like this. And we're still dealing with that today. For me, when I do a history, there's always a responsibility. In this situation, it was amplified because Geoff Mason is still with us. Yeah. So I started talking to Geoff Mason right away, and I sense his apprehension about us even doing this story. So that's scary. But I tried to set his mind at ease, assured him that we wanted to tell this as authentically as possible. I wanted to get into control rooms. He was able to get me into control booths and rooms to learn how sports program is called, which was vital for me. And what I came to understand is that when you're in those rooms, there's really no time to think. And even in that situation on that day, there was no time for them to think. They couldn't think about what they were doing, how they were forever changing news coverage. And they were sports reporters, so they were almost ill-equipped to do that. But to all the people who lost their lives on that day, to all the people who lived through it, there was a huge responsibility for us to get it right. What do I tell the cameras?
What do you mean?
I mean, can we show someone being shot on live television?
And you absolutely did. And one thing that I really appreciate was showing the backstage from TV, because I think if you haven't worked on television, you have no idea how quick things are. And I wanted to ask you, does that change the way that you view sometimes when you're seeing a live show and normally you'll be like, oh, how could they get this wrong?
Totally
it's a difficult job.
Totally changed it. I mean, it changes the way I watch sports. All that work, all these people doing, it's a machine. And I in those rooms, I saw the high that they get once they go live, and then it all crashes when they come down. But I was stunned by it. And it also changes the way I watch, news. I used to be kind of a 24-hour news junkie. This has really made me reevaluate that because I realized I had become so desensitized to tragedy. But yeah, the effort and the passion that goes into live broadcast journalism, it's fascinating.
Yeah, there's no sleep, no time for coffee, the whole...
They just go. Thing. Yeah.
Now, one thing that I always ask, because this is also going for an online platform called Still the Look. Mm-hmm. So we're always curious because the costumes, that era in fashion and in clothing was very interesting. Mm-hmm. Did you keep anything from your costumes or from the set?
I did not. No, I did not. No, you know what they gave us? We had these beautiful ABC pins. I don't see any on the poster. But what they actually had, the ABC sports team pin. So I have that. But you know what? I'm really proud that we didn't go crazy in the 70s. You could have polyester suits and all that. It was very of the moment, of the era, but not let's go nuts here. So sometimes it's hard when you're doing the 70s to exercise that kind of restraint.
What did you have the most fun wearing?
My favorite thing was the headset. So I had about 2 weeks where I was able to just live with it and play with it. And I would watch TV, watch sports shows, and sort of mock call the show just to sort of get that rhythm down. And that became, another limb for me. So that was my... I was so scared of it at first, but then it became my buddy.
Became your support system there.
It did, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure, thank you.
Lovely talking to you.
If they shoot someone on live television, whose story is that? Is it ours or is it theirs?
Did you get to talk to people on that?
No, sadly, no. I saw it in Sundance.
Oh, so you saw the original.
Oh my God.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Sundance was fun. This might be the last year in Park City.
I know.
Crazy.
All right, Miriam, if you could slate your name and outlook.
All right, hi.